a bit too back. Normally I don't have this issue with him. Normally he's a bit more forward than I need him to be. But that could be because I'm talking normally. Alright, so I'm going to be brushing him today. And we're going to be doing a bit of lunging work. A bit more than normal. My sister's out with her horse doing some things. And what I'm going to be doing is I would like to start with a little bit of collection and moving towards that area. So we're going to start with some more rhythm. We're going to work on our beat and all that. So I saw this video of, you know how when you're working a top line, you gotta put that head down. And normally, come back over here. Normally what I do is I tie the reins to a saddle with a little metal piece on the girth underneath. But I hate doing that because then I gotta get a whole saddle out. Or you can get sidelines, lunge lines. What are they called? I can't remember. Side reins? I don't remember what they're called. But I saw this and I was like, man, this could actually make my life a bit easier because I like to use the least amount of tack possible because I hate using tack. I mean, the less tack, the better for me because the less I have to worry about. But I saw it and I was like, well, if this works well, that would be really gnarly. Oh, I just gotta come down here. Good sir. Ooh, he might be too thick for this. I might need to. Never mind. He's too big. I might be able to do this with my mare though, because she's smaller. But the thing is you take this, you know, and you tie the reins to it. But this is the longest pair of reins I own. So I don't think it's gonna work. My gosh, why are you so big? Why are you so big? I mean, maybe I could do. No, I don't really want to jimmy rig it too much. I might just have to get on him and do it, which was what I was probably originally gonna do. The thing was I wanted to work on his top line because I want to start working towards collecting. And I have found that the better top line I have, it's easier for those muscles to collect, the more comfortable it is for you and your horse. Just what I was aiming for today. But I do notice that he does, even on the lunge line, on the halter, offer to ask for his head down and all that. So I do think he has a pretty well bit top line. I have gotten horses who physically, their muscles, they had so little muscle that they physically could not put their head down. So it took a long time to build that muscle. My mare was that way. She's a camel head. She prefers 9 out of 10 to run with her head all the way up. I think it's the Arab in her. But he prefers to run with his head lower and more in, which is nice. Even on this lighter bit I have, which is it's a 2-piece D-ring snaffle. He likes it. It works well. He originally had one of the, I don't know what they're called. She also had it at one point, but I use these for jumping because that's mainly what I do, and I ride with a lot of connection. So he had a harsher bit, not like really harsh, but it's the Western bits. You can't really jump with those, so I moved him to a D-ring. He seems to be enjoying it, and I'm actually going to change my mare's bit. I want to slowly get him on softer and softer bits. I'm trying some new bits with her too, because I don't think she likes the one all that too much she has now. So I'm going to try some softer ones with her. But yeah, I'm going to give him a ride. See how he does. My goal is to try, my end goal is to start towards the road of collecting. And to start, I also would really like if we could learn how to lift off right into the canter on the right lead, which I think he could do. The problem with that though is I've noticed with a lot of horses, when you ask them from a canter, from a walk, my mare's pretty good with it. She'll go straight into the canter, easy peasy. But I had some ridden other horses, and when you ask them, they would get a little spicy, you know, get some worked up and excited. So I would like to see how he reacts to that. But we probably won't do that today. It depends on how he does and how comfortable I feel doing it with him. Of course, I'm going to be bareback. I'm not riding in a saddle. I tried. But no. Come on, more step. Now, I don't want him walking off like that. I'm just gonna sit, ask him to stop. Give him a moment. We're not moving yet. We're not doing anything yet. Not moving. Doing anything. Just gonna ask him to stand. Every step forward he takes, he can take a step back. So I get him to do what I want him. Good boy. Get comfortable. Now we are. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna ask before we start taking horse collection slowly, which is a long, slow process, but I'm gonna ask for a low head, the lowest head I can get out of him. I'll play with my reins. That's probably one thing we're gonna need to work on. I would have liked to have the reins today. I wanted to do one exercise, but I don't have the equipment to do it as of this moment, so I do it now. Now, if he's not getting it, I'm gonna stop him. Sorry, ask him. Make him think. There, give me a bit of a hip. This is a bit of a getting him used to pressure, release to the pressure. I tend to slouch while doing this, don't do that. Ask. There. Let me give him a pet, because that's what I want. Or cookie. Ask here. Now with these younger horses, he doesn't really struggle with this problem, but I had a Mustang who did, and they tend to get a little, this can happen with older horses too, they can get a little frustrated that they don't know what you're asking. So you can switch it up, try again, or go on the ground, start with the basics, but he does know pretty well what I'm asking. He just doesn't want to do it today. Yeah. Alright, I'm on a low rein. I need to drop that head as much as possible. Go for a bit of a trot. Get off a bit strong. I'm going to keep going through this circle. Nice, loose, sleepy rein. Encourage that head to come down. Circle him out when he doesn't want to. It's a very big thing. So. And I like to practice as soon as we stop to back up. It helps them get used to stopping. It helps you get used to how your body reacts to when you're asking to slow down or stop. And it will make your stop better and better every time. You want to sit heavy. I like to lean back. Right there. That was a good release. That's what we're looking for. And we're just going to do this for 5-10 minutes. Make it a bit quicker today. But he's releasing his stressies, as you can hear. Now, with a horse with a better go, and you're asking them to be a lot calmer, they listen a lot to your body language. So the calmer you want them to be, the more lean back you want to be. You see that he's calming his trot down a bit. Now, there's an exercise I like to do. Now we're going to take our contact in our rein. And we're really going to keep to the circle. My instructor always told me the curve is your friend. So there's a little exercise. I'm going to walk it. Do a simple circle. And you're going to make this circle smaller and smaller in the spiral. So you're going to come around smaller and smaller, do smaller circles. I'm not very good at this exercise, but it does work, even though I probably don't do it very well. And as you come along smaller circles, you're gonna keep coming around. We're just gonna start with this walk. I've done this exercise with him before. I really like it. I do it with my mare. And once you come around small circle, you're gonna ask him to come back out, but keep the curve to your inside. See, he kind of already did it without me because he knows exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna give him leg and swing that butt around quickly. I like to just randomly ask for things out of nowhere, like a pop quiz, can you remember what we just did? And this really helps them get used to not wanting to drop that shoulder on the turn. You want to help keep them straight and equal, and it helps them get used to leg pressure, helps them yield. We're going to come really around, so I'm going to give him a good leg. And then I'm going to give him my inside leg. And this inside rein. And I'm going to hold with my outside rein. And we're back up a circle. Now, you do this in the trot and the canter. I do it in the trot. I don't really do it in the canter because he's a big guy and this is all the space I have to run, this all small circle. But I say he does really good for the small circle. So I don't typically canter him because I don't have room. I could probably do it with my mare, she's a lot smaller. Then we're gonna pick up that trot. And before I attempt this, I wanna get a nice first even pace. And then I wanna hold myself high. And I want him to really get a connection and get him listening to what I want. Ask for and then we're going to attempt it. So he's coming out here, so I'm gonna give him leg. We're going to make this circle smaller and smaller. And I want to keep the pace all the way around, even if it seems hard, even if it gets a bit difficult. There he goes. Do it like that. He's a bit back right now, so I'm asking him to go forward, and he's sitting a bit too back. Normally I don't have this issue with him. Normally he's a bit more forward than I need him to be. But that could be because I'm talking. Normally I do this like silently unless I'm giving him commands. See, this is nice, fast paced. I'm gonna ask for the canter. 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 Come on. Canter. Man, I don't know why he just does this. Canter. There we go. Like I said, this is a really... Ooh, we almost fell there. Like I said, this is a really small circle. And as you can see, he did not listen to this rein and this leg. So I'm going to give him a tight circle in the direction we were going. I'm going to ask again. Now he is a bit barn sour, which is why I have the circle here, by the barn. I'm going to ask him again. And you see, he likes to cut through that circle. I'm not really going to let him. He wants to go off in that area there. Canter. Canter. Come on. You almost got it, bud. Canter. There you go. He is a bumpy ride, too. USB. Right in this area, right just now, he gave me a really nice turn of the head and a really nice circle. Right there, he gave me what I asked for. So I'm going to reward him. I'm going to reward him, and we're going to turn direction. Now, my biggest issue with him is that he never really can keep quite the even rhythm, and he gets out of the circle a lot, especially going towards that home. So I have to pay extra attention on keeping that circle and keeping that rhythm. Alright? Well, like I said, I'm probably not going to attempt the things I want to attempt because we're still very far away from them. But I'm going to work towards them today with that goal in mind. So you see right there? He started turning to you guys because there's another horse behind her. So I'm going to correct him as soon as he does that. I'm going to give him leg, I'm going to give rein, I'm going to turn him in a small circle. Remind him that he's got to listen to that leg and rein. He cannot just outwardly ignore it. Okay, we're going to ask for a trot. We're going to do a nice pretty circle first. And once I get a circle that is decent, and mind you, I don't think he's done circles before. He was a cow working horse before this. I'm going to ask for that canter. Canter. Oh.
Oh, wispy. Don't go
he
fight.
did give me what I wanted. I don't know if he was on the right lead or not. It was almost perfect. He would have stayed in that circle. I would have gotten off right there, but he didn't. But that was really good still. He gave me a nice gentle head. It was very nice. It was very pleasant. Mind you, he's very bumpy, and he has a very solid stop. And sometimes I fly over him when he stops. Should probably ride him in the saddle, but I will not. I shall use my seat. And as you can see, I would have liked to kept him in that circle. I should have given him more rein and leg. But as you can see, we're gonna turn him right through. He doesn't have time either. And we're gonna try that one more time. Get there. Right here, this is beautiful. Easy.
Scare life out of me. Oh, wispy.
But you see, he
Back
gets
up.
a little choppy there. I don't like that. Ooh, almost there. Come on. Come on. Ooh, right there. Ooh. That was what I was looking for. His eye was to me. His head was curvy. It was collected. Now his body may have not been collected. I'll have to go look. It felt really good. I had a bit more control. But as you can see, he does get a little stuck in that area right there where he wants to turn out. But he did very good that time, and I was very happy with that. So I'm going to ask him to back up again. And this is a lot of seat. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Now I always back up my horses before I get off them because it teaches them. I do it every single time without fail. So when I get off them and I forget to back up, it doesn't matter if we're mid trot or canter, they'll stop because they're always like, oh, she starts sliding off or we're about to get off, we back up. And did it with her. She could be full canter. If I start sliding off her to get off, she'll stop. She'll back up, and then we get off. So, yeah. But he did really good. Saying that he's this big in this small circle, and he has a horse here and a horse there in the barn. So I'm gonna go take him out. I'm gonna reward him away from the barn, help with the buddy sourness. And that was really good of him. I was really proud. So, you wanna back up for me, buddy? So the way I train my horses, a lot of people, there's different things you train for. You train for trails, you train for competitions such as dressage, jumping, working equitation, barrels, poles, you name it. When I train my horses, I've never really met or seen anybody that trains them the way I do. I'm kind of leaning more to working equitation and the English world, but at the same time also the Western. So when I train my horses, I don't compete, don't care to compete. I mean, it would be fun, I guess, but I'm not here to compete. When I train my horses, I train them to be I don't know how to explain it, as useful as I could possibly make them. Like, I want to be able to get on the horse, and I want it to be like a dancing partner. We can go do dressage, we can change those flying lead changes, But I want to be doing that like as in I'm running around the woods herding sheep and I need to do a flying lead change to make a gallop from the right to the left, if that makes sense. And I want to be able to trot controlled. And when I get on my horses, my goal is to get as like I don't know how to explain it. Like, I want to be able to dance with them in everything we do. I want to be able to be fully connected. I want to feel every move they make. I want to be able to make them do everything I want them to do. And for me and him and my mare, Madison, to enjoy it. So I kind of, I do a little bit of everything, to be truthful. If I see it and I can see it being useful in a case scenario where I might use it, then I'll teach it. So I really like, the way I ride is more on the English side. I like riding very connected. But as you can see, I don't ride with a saddle. So that's more of my own thing. But that's my goal when I want to be able to jump on the horse. And if we do a jumping competition, I want him to be able to jump anything I put in front of him. That's what I did with my mare. She enjoys jumping, and she'll jump anything you put in front of her. Not too long ago, I took her on a trail, laying pieces of wood from the old, what are these called? The electrical line poles. And put her right in front of it. Ask her to, like, we were like right next to a ditch. It was a whole scenario. Ask her to jump it. Told her go for it. Went straight into a gallop. Flew over the thing. I about fell off. I wasn't expecting her to like fly over it. And proceeded to run down the road. And she did really well. She stopped when I asked. But I want my horses to also be able to enjoy what we're doing. And that's the thing, we're working with him. He was a working roping horse. He was a bronc, and then he was broke and trained to be a cattle horse, and that's what he's been doing. So he's nothing to do with like jumping over plastic poles and whatnot. So we're slowly introducing him to that. I actually got him over his first jump not too long ago. But he's a really nice horse. I really like him, and I really like him because he just, how would you say, his personality makes it very easy to do what I want to do. I want to be able to jump on a horse and be able to do whatever I want with this horse. Like I said, if there's a jump, we jump it. If we need to do a flying lead change, we do it. We want to trot all pretty, we do it. Do anything. If we want to do a little bit of reining, we can. I want to just really get him to excel on overall everything, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's my goal, and I plan to do it all bareback. I don't care what you say. I really enjoy it. I've tried several different saddles, and my horses, they do just fine in saddles. I took a whole year in English, rode in a Western saddle, rode in an Australian saddle. That was like a desperate attempt at trying to figure out if I like saddles. And no, I just don't. And I truthfully find it a lot easier to ride a horse, and I feel like enjoy it a lot more to ride bareback. You get so much more connection. My sister also rides bareback too, so I really enjoy it. I find that he also really enjoys it. He has no problems. My mare loves riding bareback. I pull out that saddle and she's like a little grumpy about it, but you know, she'll ride in it. But she prefers bareback any day. She also prefers jumping over anything else in her life. But yeah, that's my end goal, to be able to do anything on him. Just to have that connection, to have that trust in each other, that if I throw something new at him, he'll be able to do it. You're all out of treats, buddy. You're all out. You ate them all. But yeah, we're working there. I think he might be, I've been searching for a horse that I think will be able to do these things. You know, my mare's really nice, but she's a bit small, and there's only so high she could jump before. Like, she could jump probably a lot higher than what she's been jumping, which are meters. But it got to the point where I'm like, she's going to start hurting her legs because she's coming so far up and then so far down that the impact's going to hurt her front legs. But, yeah, that's the only thing I was worried about with her. But she's really nice, and he's really fun to ride because you sit on him and he'll just listen to about everything that you need. And even if he gets a little grumpy, he's not even that bad. But yeah, we're going to start working there. We're starting from complete zero right now. Just got over our first plastic jump. He's scared of death of the pipes. Like, you take him out, you show him cows, animals, whatever, ridden him through the woods, windy, icy, doesn't care. But those plastic pipes over there, ooh, he couldn't even walk over them for a little while. Yeah, it's a start, and hopefully we'll be a finish.